All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Vays. Let me make sure I mute the channel when it shows up. Excellent. Okay. We'll go straight to the charts. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time because I got to move out of this hotel, which is an apartment, actually. It's like a full apartment. There's like a bedroom. It's like a corner office, and then there's a bedroom on the side. There's a kitchen back there. I really like staying at Marriott apartments. They're like same price as a Marriott hotel, only it's like the room is like 3 times bigger with the kitchen and everything. All right, let's thanks, Pete. I like your comments, guys. Someone's posting glory. So I have a glory to Ukraine comment. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to talk about that for a minute, even though I only have like 10 minutes to do the stream. But I am going to spend 2 minutes talking about Ukraine. So most important, we have our MRI buy candle on the Heikin-Ashi chart. It is not providing us the swing low, but it can. I honestly believe that this month is going to mark the reversal in Bitcoin. Like, this is the last month I believe you can buy Bitcoin on the cheap. I think this is the last month you'll be able to buy Bitcoin below 20,000. This could be also the month you can buy Bitcoin below 10,000. But I believe this is the last month you can buy Bitcoin below 20,000. I think that starting October, November, we will start up a new bull market in Bitcoin. Could I be wrong? Yes. What is the probability of me being wrong? Probably 50%. Okay. But my view right now is that this month is going to mark the low. I'm going to trust the MRI on the Heikin-Ashi. It worked well over here in December of 2018, and it worked well over here, even though I wasn't even looking at this indicator. I haven't even built this indicator. But at that time, there were other indicators that are similar to it that I was using, but also not on Bitcoin at this time. But when you go back in time, here it is, Heikin-Ashi, MRI buy. This green arrow is not going anywhere. This indicator is not the Elliott wave. Okay, this green candle with the green one will never ever go away. The only way it's going away is if TradingView alters data. As long as the back end data of Bitcoin, as long as the price of Bitcoin is not altered, then this arrow is never going away. It is either going to be right or it's going to be wrong. This is why I like this indicator, and this is also why I do not use things like Elliott waves, because if I look at the Elliott wave pattern back here on May 2015, and I looked at it in June 2015, I bet you that pattern is significantly different than it would be today, because it retroactively changes your analysis, which is why I don't use those kinds of analysis. Weekly chart, the week is a complete and utter disaster, which is why I said earlier, while I do think this month is going to mark the bottom in Bitcoin, that bottom could be as low as, say, $14,000. It's possible that it's lower, but unlikely. I see a super chat comment. I will read it. Totally love your work. Keep it up. Macro over TA right now. It seems because the weekly chart, OBV and MACD diverging from price big time. Setting up for a big move, in my opinion. Totally agree with you. I have not looked at the OBV in a long time. We can look at the MACD. The MACD has flipped bullish, but, and this is a big but, the MACD is a moving average indicator. And if the price here starts closing below these lows, your MACD is going to flip down once again. So while the MACD has diverged a little bit, it hasn't diverged all that much, and I don't like the CMF. We can pull up OBV. I don't think I ever made my own OBV, so I have to look for, I guess, the traditional one. Let's look at OBV. Here's OBV. OBV has been declining, and right now it's been flat, and the price has been flat. So I'm not really sure where the OBV divergence is that you have mentioned. I do teach OBV in my workshops, I got to review. I don't know, next year, there's going to be so many changes coming to this channel, assuming this channel even exists next year. There's going to be a lot of changes. I'm gonna step back from the conferences. There's not going to be any conferences next year until November, December. By the way, Unconfiscatable might move to December 2023. I just can't get it done earlier. There's football season. It's too expensive at the hotel. So we're going to move it to weekdays in December. It'll be early December. It'll be more like a Christmas theme. We'll play around with that, the logos. So I don't really see what you mean on unbalanced volume. But I also have to, haven't used unbalanced volume in years. So I may have to, do a little bit of a refresher for myself. Allocation chart remains in all cash, not much more to discuss. The financial summit is coming to Bali. It's an incredible event for traders and money managers. Toad, why are they going after Saylor? Because when you have a Marxist and communist mentality, you hate entrepreneurship, you hate businesses, you hate business people, and you will go after them for anything and everything. And if you are a lawyer working for the government, the only mentality you have, the only way you were raised, the only way you were brought up is with this socialist Marxist mindset. It's just how you were raised. And your job is to go after capitalists mostly. So yeah, Michael Saylor is, they're going after him. I'm sure he has good lawyers, and they're going after him, I believe, for taxes in District of Columbia. And he doesn't live in the District of Columbia as far as I know. So I'm sure his lawyers will get him out of it. What do I think about the dollar putting in a 20-year high? It's exactly what I've been saying for 10 years. I've been public for about 10 years now, and the only time I was ever a dollar bear was after the 2020 election. After the 2020 election was the only time, basically after the 2020 election, for about all of 2021, basically. The only time I was ever a dollar bear was after the 2020 election for about a year. That was the only time I was ever a bear. But I've always been a dollar bull. I think the dollar is going to break all-time high. We're only at a 20-year high. I think we're going to go to a 20-year high and beyond. I think we're going to crush the all-time high. Please follow us on Instagram. We have a giveaway for a free entry and a free all-inclusive $9,000 experience of the financial summit. So I also posted it to Twitter, not on my Twitter, but on Financial Summit Twitter. I did retweet it though. So right here, I retweeted it. Guys, just follow the rules. The rules are simple. Like, share, and comment. Follow, like, share, and comment. Comment on why you feel you deserve this $9,000 experience at the Financial Summit, and what value you can add to the people that are attending. Also, please watch the video. It has clips from both our Dubai event and our Dominican Republic event. This is the castle that we rented pretty much in full. And that was the backyard of the presidential suite where we all hung out. So really, really cool. DR was super cool. All right, let's move on. I do want to get to Ukraine real quick. With China cutting and printing already, how long until you see a Jerome Powell turning around? I don't know what he's doing. We got to see what they do with the next rate increase. Most think something has to break before he changes his hawkish tone. I think Jerome Powell just stopped giving a shit about the White House Normally, the Federal Reserve chair does what the White House tells him to do, but considering this White House doesn't know what they're doing, Jerome Powell just said, "I don't give a fuck." And Jerome Powell is living in a "I don't give a fuck what the government thinks" mode, and he's going to be hawkish for a while. The problem is he's making up for not being hawkish the last 20 years. So he has to make up for the hawkishness that did not exist prior to, 1999. So the last time the Fed was actually hawkish was in 1999. That is 23 years ago. So Jerome Powell has 23 years of shit to make up for. Though they shouldn't have been hawkish the whole time. They should have been hawkish half that time. So Jerome Powell has about 11 years of hawkishness to make up for. He's trying to make up for it in a year and a half before he gets fired. And I just think he doesn't give two shits anymore. So he's going to raise rates again and say, screw it. Okay. Daily chart. This is not a good looking candle. We are on pace to have the second lowest close on a daily chart in this downtrend. That is a bearish sign for the near future, and we will keep an eye on that. I'm not really a fundamental analyst, guys. I'm more of a technical analyst. So I have to, look at all the consumer staples and then think about what products they have. GBTC is, of course, looking very, very similar to the price of Bitcoin. Oil, I am very, very surprised by this. We have a couple of more days for oil price to turn around. If it does not, I will walk away from my bullish views on oil. Though we are still sitting at support, as long as this support remains, oil is not in a bear trend, it is still in a bullish trend. But this candle at the end of this month, the end of this week and month is really surprising me. Today is month end, so let's see what happens tomorrow. Today is the first. I think today's the first. So month end just happened. Let's see what happens at the end of the week and next week. But I would not be bullish on oil right now with only 2 days to go in this candle. I would need it to close green, and then I'm bullish for the rest of the year. Gold is looking incredibly bearish right now. This is great. Gold is almost under 1,700. Yesterday, I did a Spaces and podcast with Bitcoin Archive. He's got an awesome, gold is still at 1,700. This meme came out 5 years ago. Okay, this meme came out when Bitcoin was 10,000, and Bitcoin was 10,000. It feels like 5 years ago. Back in 2017, Bitcoin was already 20,000. Gold will probably still be at 1,700 when Bitcoin hits 1 million. Bitcoin Archive, thanks for doing a podcast. Thanks for having me on your podcast. And this was the podcast. It was really, really cool. Spent about an hour and a half. You can re-listen to it. It is also on his YouTube channel. So go ahead and follow Bitcoin Archive's YouTube channel as well. And shout out for tweeting out the Financial Summit promo video. Yeah, Bitcoin Archive's got over 1 million followers on Twitter. That's amazing. Only started in 2018. And look at this, already over 1 million. Awesome. Great job. Well, we're still fully correlated. We did have an MRI buy on the stock market. Today is the no trade day. We are breaking the MRI support line. If tomorrow we do have another negative candle, then I think September is going to be a very, very rough month. September is a rough month in general, by the way. If you look at the FinSummit Twitter handle, and I do recommend you guys follow the FinSummit Twitter handle, we just tweeted out how the stock market performs in September, and it's not good. Historically, September is the worst month for the stock market. And since Bitcoin has been correlated to the stock market. This could be a bad month for Bitcoin. I'm going to retweet this. Guys, please support our Financial Summit Twitter handle. We are mostly tweeting out financial research. We do not tweet out any politics. It is literally just financial research and latest news when it comes to the financial markets and crypto markets. Okay, that's it for me. I want to talk about what's going on in Ukraine right now. So Ukraine is in the middle of its Kherson. This is Kherson. It's Kherson offensive, and they are attacking this territory, which is Ukrainian territory, which has been taken over by Russia. Russia is looking to do a referendum on this territory to let people vote to see if this area wants to be part of Russia instead of being part of Ukraine. They are likely to win that referendum and have that area be part of Russia. Now, this is super interesting. Well, super interesting if you kind of, I don't know, if you're in West Europe and you're not really interested in living. I got to see how I phrase things because I don't want to get my YouTube channel banned. This is the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant. And there was a great video this morning. He usually doesn't post it at this time, but I do recommend watching Military Summary. It's basically a quick overview of what's going on in the military conflict. And he put out a 4-minute video this morning. Well, morning for me, 8 hours ago. I watch everything on 2x speed, so this is literally a 2-minute video. And I could not believe what I was hearing. So let me just tell you the summary in 30 seconds of what that 2 minutes was. This is a nuclear power plant, which is on the Ukrainian territory, currently occupied by Russia. Russians have been complaining that Ukrainians are bombing and trying to blow up this nuclear power plant. The reason why Ukrainians, I guess, I mean, if it's true, okay, let's assume this is true, okay. Now, international inspectors are supposed to come and see what the hell is going on. But the international inspectors requested that Russian military not be here when the inspectors come. So apparently yesterday, the Russian military left because the international nuclear inspectors were supposed to come like today or tomorrow. So because the Russian military has cleared way, apparently there was a big offensive operation by the Ukrainian military that crossed this water with, I don't know if you can put it like maybe an amphibian tank or something. And they basically, the Ukrainian military showed up to take the power plant. I guess they're tired of trying to bomb this nuclear power plant. So of course, now the Russians are about to come back and you're about to have a nice little, like, military conflict right around the nuclear power plant, which is super smart of Ukrainians to do because the wind pattern, of course, in this area blows right towards Moscow. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. The wind pattern blows towards Southern and Western Europe. So I guess the sooner this power plant blows up, the sooner people will realize how critical this conflict in Ukraine actually is, because all of a sudden, probably about 5 million Europeans will die from nuclear radiation. So I'm glad I am in Latin America. I really hope all my friends that went up to Latvia for the conference this weekend for Baltic Honey Badger stay safe. But I decided to stay as far away from this shitstorm as humanly possible. Okay, so this may not matter to you unless you live anywhere here in Europe, and you might want to pay attention as to what the hell is going on in the Zaporozhye power plant. This kind of shit really bothers me. But yeah, that is literally what's happening right now, and you may want to pay attention to it. You don't want to pay attention to it on mainstream media. You may want to pay attention to it on some other alternative channels, okay? But I don't see any comments in the live chat, so I'm not sure if I got banned already or not. Anyway, this is it for me. This is probably the most important thing going on in the world right now. A little more important than Michael Saylor's tax issues. So you may want to pay attention to this. Okay. Yeah, no. This is what I mean, right? I am against nuclear power. I'm against nuclear energy. Not because it's not clean, but because I find that at the moment, humans are not like mentally responsible to maintain nuclear power plants in this world. And so I don't want the planet to die because of human stupidity. And that is why I am generally against nuclear power. Yeah, because in like imagine, you don't have to think very hard to imagine what the movie what's that movie, Idiocracy, right? Like we are in Idiocracy right now, and imagine the world of Idiocracy with nuclear power plants. See, the world of Idiocracy can't actually happen. If you watch the movie Idiocracy, it's one of my favorite movies, but that world can't happen because all those people would be dead because we have too many nuclear power plants around the world. Okay, so watch the movie Idiocracy and then realize that none of them would have survived because the thousand or so nuclear power plants around the world would have all melted down by the time that world actually like started, the world of Idiocracy. If you haven't seen the movie, it's a must watch. Though humans will probably survive like a major nuclear holocaust, because we're just like, it's a species that like we generally survive. I mean, we survive some of those volcanoes, which is almost as bad, and so we'd probably survive. It would be kind of like that show, the 100. So but the world would be pretty different, you know. Population would drop from 7 billion, you know, to a few 100,000, but and then go from there. All right. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.